So as we can see from yesterday, your USD has been pushing up, has been pushing down, and that's due to the dollar gaining some bullish momentum yesterday, and perhaps starting a new impulsive phase, which we would see in a minute. But let's quickly have a look at Euro USD and see what's went on with it. So as we were talking yesterday, we're looking for longs, but also we understood that okay, the order flow still remains bearish, and that would change only if we break above this quarterly open, which is marked as a 3 monthly open right here. Once that happens, then we start to look for longs. Although we're talking about those short-term longs to this area, I hope no one took a loss on that position because there was no valid entry. And now we just pushed down lower from yesterday, and perhaps we're starting another impulsive phase. As you can see, guys, what do we have here? Impulsive phase to the downside. We have a retracement, impulse, retracement, impulse, retracement again. We've grabbed liquidity and now we're starting to push down lower. If you come on the 4 hour, guys, pardon, this is about the third time I've had to record this. Network is so poor. I don't even know why. Look at this, right? It's not even loaded. It's just loaded. It's just giving me my candles. Manage the candles. That's all you get today. Alright, cool. Thank you. So the point is, you can see right here we had this liquidity high. We grabbed liquidity. We had the supply, right, level, and then which is a strong supply. We broke structure with it, right, and then boom, and then from there you could just see we started to sell ever so slightly but surely, and we were targeting perhaps we get some bullish momentum from this demand level. Didn't happen, and now we've pushed to the downside. Now what did we leave behind? We left some highs. We left some liquidity highs, which could act as fuel for the next move downward. Perhaps if we come back, find a retracement, liquidity high, and then we could sell from there. So I'm very much interested in short on this market. I'm just being patient. And so for the dollar, guys, yesterday we saw some bullish momentum come into the market, and basically, as you know, as I've been talking about, the Fed have meeting by December, which they would decide the rate for the dollar, and for most investors, investors are looking for or anticipating a rate cut due to the economic indicators. But from what we understand, from what the Fed are talking, like members of the Federal Reserve, they are not certain. And when they're not certain, they need data. What they're saying is, okay, we're going by a data to data analysis. And that basically means, okay, we need more data to convince us to cut rates. So that is bullish because they need otherwise to cut rates. I hope that makes sense, right? They need conviction to cut rate. So that in turn is bullish for the market, for the dollar. Okay, so as you can see, we started to push up, and perhaps we started a new impulsive phase on the dollar, right? Perhaps we started a new impulsive phase on the dollar. As you can see, impulse, retracement, another impulsive phase perhaps started. So I would be looking for some longs, and how would I be looking for those longs? From liquidity lows we have here, maybe this monthly open, maybe we create some liquidity around this area, which we could come back and take out, and then we push from there. So let's keep an eye out for that, and just beautiful price action overall. You can just see we took out this liquidity retraced it to this demand. From there we started to push up slowly but surely, and then we broke from here yesterday, and so it's just beautiful, just beautiful. It hurts that we're not in those longs, but honestly, looking at this price action, you couldn't blame me. I mean, it wasn't the best of price action. So let's move on to GU, guys. As we know, for GU we're looking for sales, and the pound is inherently bearish, right? And some bullish momentum coming into the market on the dollar would just dump the pound, and which is what we saw here. So what did we see? We saw this grab of liquidity, right? Supply zone formed, we came back into it, tested it, right? And then we started to dump from there. Where's our liquidity high? Here. We have here also. We have here at the weekly open. So for me, it's all about, okay, maybe we retest this area, and then from there you could start looking for those further short, because there's no reason for me to look for longs in this market. And as you can see, as we've been discussing, GU is inherently bearish, and because of the bearish pressure on the pound. With NU, guys, oh my goodness, guys, just bear with me. You could skip this part, move move on from here. You don't have to suffer through this with me. Okay, guys, with NU, guys, just, I mean, this thing has just been moving beautifully, right? You can see impulse retracement connected with this demand, sold off. Another impulsive phase started. We have our demand right here, connected with it, took out liquidity, and then sold off again from the quarterly open, right? And then now we came back. I was waiting, I was targeting this monthly open, but it connected with this supply level. I think I've been saying demand, sorry, supply level. And then from there we started to sell off again. We saw that change of character, we saw liquidity grab, and just as bearish as they come. And now we're at the yearly open. Okay, so please don't sell from here. Okay, let's wait. Let's wait. Let's see what happens. Maybe we get some retracement into this high. We have the supply level right here. Maybe we get some retracement and take out some liquidity, and then from there we could start to sell. But please, please don't sell from here, because the yearly open can act as a strong area of support. Okay, or demand, or support or resistance. So let's wait and see what wants to happen here. But remember, we're still bearish. And looking at AU also, guys, this is moving quite beautifully. I'm targeting this. Perhaps we could get some longs on this for next week, because as we know, AU has been in a range. And look at this, guys. And if we have a range, what do we bring out? We could pull out our zero range 2, which shows 0.25 and 0.75. You can see 0.25 level. This is where you want to buy from, this is where you want to sell from. Okay, so now we've come into this low, we've grabbed liquidity, and boom, and now we have our fractal high being here, right? We have our fractal high right here. Okay, so once we see that break above, you could just look for those long positions above here, and then you stop beneath here, targeting the 0.75 area, and that would be nice. At least we take out this highs. Okay, for like a 1 to 2. So let's keep an eye out for that. I like this. I like the way it's moving. Perhaps we could get some longs on this pair. For USD CHF, guys, I think we saw bullish momentum, of course, coming to the market from the dollar. So as expected, we expect USD CHF to push up, as we discussed even early yesterday. Remember, we talked about this sort of moving in a range also, as we're in a downtrend, and we waited for that liquidation. We had that liquidation, and then here we had the change of character, and since then we've not looked back. Since then, you can see the range, right? So since then we've not looked back, right? And for me, I would prefer to sell this than to buy it, because of the underlying trend is still bearish. So for example, I like this, I like this, I like this, I more than like it, I'm in love. Guys, I'm in love. Okay, so basically, what do we have? We have liquidity high right here. We have our supply level right here. We've grabbed that liquidity high. Where's our fractal? This is our fractal low. We want a break of this low, boom, and then from there we could start looking for those sales back to the 25% level. So I'm looking at this. I'm interested in this position as it's looking. have a look at the daily so you can quite see. Perhaps they'll be ready tomorrow or next week. We could take. You can see it, guys. You can see it, right? We're stuck in this box since June, right? Since June, we've been stuck in a box. So, and then if we grab the high of this level, this is also a nice level to sell from because we grab liquidity to our left and then we sold off. And now maybe we grab it and then we start moving downward. Hopefully, that would be nice to see. Um, I just skip this part, please. Just pardon. For real, for real, for real. It's so bad. I don't know why it's so bad this morning. I will. Okay, let me not sing. Let me not sing. For the dollar. Okay, whatever. For gold, guys. For gold. For gold. For gold. For for country and for glory. Right? Is that not what they say? For is it for God and glory? Right? For God and glory. Mine is for gold and glory. Oh no, for God and gold. Right or whatever, man. Just you get what I'm saying. The point is, we've been pushing down. And yeah, we saw some bullish momentum on the dollar, so it's quite natural for gold to react and gold, and that is gold pushing down. We've grabbed this liquidity. Perhaps we could see some break of the highs. That would be nice. Maybe above here, we could start to look for those scaling again and add to our position as our stop is beneath here. So anything coming to take out this low, I would just be looking to cut my losses and exit my position, which means perhaps we'll be wrong on this trade. Okay, so guys, keep that in mind. Be careful. Yeah, it's still looking beautiful for longs, but also like look at this. We have this equal lows left behind here, here, so we could still see those further retracement perhaps into the quarterly open, you know. So let's keep an eye out for that. Let's see how gold wants to behave around here, and that would tell us okay what to do next. With USD card, we saw some bullish momentum return into this market yesterday as expected. Right. Okay, guys, we'll go back to gold for a minute, but let me show you USD card, guys. He's okay, yeah. I was like, what's going on? So as expected, guys, we're waiting for that new impulsive phase to start on USD card, and perhaps this would be the kick of it, the start of it. We came to this low, we grabbed all of this liquidity, right? And then we had this V-shaped reversal. So I'm expecting continuation to the upside, perhaps above a break above here. You could look for some scaling longs. Maybe put your stop beneath the monthly open. If you're a bit more conservative, put it like this, targeting a new high. Let's see. But I would like some fractal structure shift, right? Because here we have our fractal low, here we have our fractal high. So perhaps one more swipe of this, making this the fractal low, and then retracement to that daily open, and we can find those longs. So it would look something like this, right? And then we can look for those longs. Okay. Wow. So guys, as you can see, USD is just, I mean, the yen is bearish, right? Don't try to sell it. If you're trying to sell it, I don't know what to tell you guys. So we've reached the target, the yearly open. We reached it with quite some momentum, guys. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we had the breakout yesterday and then boom. So we're waiting, right? We marked this demand level. We're waiting for okay, maybe some liquidation and it's going to let us in, but that never happened. We saw this consolidation and then we had the breakout, and Now it's just all about wait for some reaccumulation, as this has really moved. So wait for some reaccumulation. Let's see, and then from there we can still look for further longs, as I'm not interested in shorting this market just yet. Okay, guys. Thank you for your time. Quickly, let's look at gold for a minute. I want to show you a liquidity graph. Yes. Well, guys, thank you for your time. I wish you a wonderful day ahead of you. Pardon for the network today. So please just skip those parts where I had to wait for the next chart to load.